That's my mic right there. Can you guys hear me? Right on, Steven. Can you hear me? Let's see. I am gonna be ready in just a minute. Hold on. Who is thumbs downing? Who is thumbs downing? Already. Can you hear me? Is this thing on? Alright. Ah, damn it! Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? That's not what I wanted. Son of a bitch! No, thank you. You can't hear me? You can't. Are you telling me you can't hear me? Is that right? Let me see. I am going to do. I'm going to click it. I'm going to click it. There, I'm here. You're telling me you can't hear me. Is that right? Thank you, UTN. Hey, everybody. All right. So you guys want to see a clip right off the front? Or you want to see Tulsi talking about, okay. Well, thank you, Stephen. And thanks very much for tuning in, everybody. My name is Mike. This is my YouTube page, Mox News. If you're new to Mox News, there are well over 10,000 videos on this one Mox News YouTube page. So be sure and take a good look around because there's lots of interesting things to see. And for those of you keeping track, we are zeroing in on the magic 100th live show already. Believe it or not. It took the Simpsons years to do that. Okay, so as I was saying, my name is Mike. This is my YouTube page, and this is our live call-in show. We're doing the live call-in show every Monday through Friday at 7 p.m. Pacific time. And I am just thinking, oh, by the way, we already had a caller, the anonymous guy. I think, hey, Craig, it says this is going to restart my computer. I hope I did that right. I fucking clicked it already. It said something, it said snooze. It said update to Windows 10, and it said do it now or snooze or set a time, and I put snooze. So I hope the computer doesn't restart now. If it does, I'll come back in a minute. But so you have a heads up on that. Let's see. Do you guys want? I have a little clip of Trump. I liked all the candy. Okay, I liked all the candy. I like candy. I don't know. But I have a little clip of Trump talking right after the vote for articles of impeachment, and then the commentator talking about how Tulsi voted present on both articles of on both votes of on Article 1 vote of impeachment and in Article 2 vote of impeachment of Donald J. Trump. So, let's see. I have that clip. I have a clip of what's your cardboard footprint, and I have a clip of hair dye related cancer. So, which everyone knows I don't have to worry about. But that's only because I take the marijuana, because anyone who's not taking the marijuana should be very concerned about cancer. So, take your marijuana. Follow me and do exactly as you see. Don't you want to grow up to be just like me? Okay, so I have gotten very little sleep. I worked overnight. I got off work. We got another call from the anonymous, by the way, and all the troll calls yesterday were labeled anonymous. So, Craig, you got my tits ready? Craig, you got my tits ready? You got my tits ready?
I got the tits ready.
Okay. The guy, the show your tits guy keeps calling. All right. Eat more marijuana. Yes, I do that. I wake up. Okay. So I worked all night. I got home at like 8:30 in the morning, and I drank coffee all night. So then when I got home at 8:30 in the morning, I couldn't get to sleep until like 12:30 in the afternoon. And I was like, oh no. So I'm a little bit off. I'm just saying. But that's fine. I'm here in place. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be, what I said I would do, which is a live show at 7 p.m. I have another caller. They keep calling. Everyone's calling all of a sudden. Why is everyone calling all of a sudden? Everyone's calling. They're like, calling. Well, I'm calling. Well, that's nice. We'll take calls in just a minute. I'm gonna have a drink of water. So I'm a little bit, dehydrated and just kind of like trying to do this thing that we do so well. Okay, so I hope everybody out there in TV land is doing well. I am going to take a bong hit here in a minute. I'm not quite ready for that. I have 4 clips to play for you. The phone will not stop ringing. We'll take calls in just a minute. I'm like settling in, you guys. You know, I think we should maybe play a clip. Except for Craig's messing with the computer, so we'll let Craig mess with the computer. I guess we'll take a call. You guys want to hear from an anonymous? Hello, caller. Oh, we hung up. I missed him. I missed the anonymous troll. Maybe he saw that my tits were already up on screen. Okay. What? What? Yeah. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna play. Okay, so I'm gonna play. Okay, I'm gonna play the Tulsi Gabbard clip so you guys can hear dude talking about how Tulsi voted present during the, and there's going to be a little clip of Donald Trump talking right after the vote on the articles of impeachment, and then Tulsi Gabbard, the commentator says that Tulsi voted present on both votes of articles of impeachment, and I will play that clip for you right now.
Well, the president has been in Battle Creek speaking at a political rally during this process. Here's a little bit of what he had to say tonight.
Oh, I think we have a vote coming in. So we got every single Republican voted for us. Whoa. Whoa. Wow. Wow. Almost 200. So we had 198, 229, 198. We didn't lose one Republican vote. And 3 Democrats voted for us, Haley. Haley! Wow. Thank you, Haley. Great job. Wow. The Republican Party has never been so affronted, but they've never been so united as they are right now. Ever. Never. And I know the senators, and they're great guys, and women, too. We have some great women. We have great guys. They're great people. They love this country. They're going to do the right thing. They're going to do the right thing. So I said in my letter to Pelosi, I love that. You know, usually there's one.
And as the president mentioned, 3 Democrats did vote against Article 2, obstruction of Congress. They were Jeff Van Drew of New Jersey, Colin Peterson of Minnesota, and Congressman Golden, Democrat of Maine. Tulsi Gabbard, on both articles, voted present.
Okay, so I thought you guys that was interesting. I think Tulsi just doesn't want to have anything to do with the Democrats anymore. I think, as I keep saying, or as I was saying yesterday, the Democrats, you know, for the Democrats to have less credibility than Donald J. Trump is really, you got to work hard to do that. And I just think that's also why Tulsi is not running for re-election in Hawaii as a member of Congress, because I don't think she wants anything to do with the Democratic Party anymore. I think she's just disgusted by the Democratic Party and their game playing bullshit. Okay, so we'll take a call from Anonymous. Hello, caller. And they hung up. I don't know why. I thought I'm being cordial, right? I pressed the fucking button. This is a speaker button, and I pressed the damn one button before the bitch said you have to press the one button to take this call, and they're not there. So whatever. I'm here. I'm doing my job. Okay, so let's see. What were we talking about? Tulsi, again, this is a person of integrity, right? And, you know, the old saying, when you lay down with dogs, you get fleas, which I don't really like that saying so much. Okay, we'll take another caller. Hello, caller.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, how's it going?
It's a real person this time. It's Peter.
Hey, Peter. How are you?
I'm good. What were you saying about Tulsi? I wanted to let you finish what you were saying.
I was just saying that she's a person of integrity, and that the Democrats just look as if, you know, it's like I keep saying about having to vote for Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton is like making it's like selling a part of your soul, you know, making a deal with evil, and that's not who you are. But if you make a deal with evil, it's like you get evil on you, you know, and she's a person.
It's smart for her. It's politically, it's very smart for her to not side with those people, because You know, I mean, the people that get elected for president are really, historically, right now, have not been, you know, establishment candidates. Like Obama wasn't when he ran. Trump really wasn't when he ran. You know, I mean, they both kind of proved themselves to be differently, but, you know, I mean, people don't want to elect a fucking establishment person. So
you know, that makes so much sense, Pete. I didn't even look at it from that angle. But again, when you know, in saying that she's a person of integrity, it's obvious that none of the rest of them are. So that means the establishment is anti-integrity and she's integrity. So I guess I'm saying something similar. But you're right. Obama was not the establishment candidate. Hillary Clinton was, and but I think he was, you know, always a wolf in sheep's clothing.
I don't think he was, man. Do you remember how beautiful? You remember how captivating he was when he first got elected? Holy shit!
I remember. Look. This is what I remember. Pete, what I remember is that he didn't just have the support of the American people, like way more people than Donald Trump ever could dream of having. He didn't just have the support of the American people. He had the support of the whole fucking world. I mean, the whole world was rallying to say, vote for Obama, and Obama should be the leader. They were like saying, Obama should be the leader of the world. The whole fucking world was saying that, and then Obama shit all over us. Again, not just Americans, the whole fucking world.
Obama didn't have a choice. And if Obama pretty much when he became president, they put a gun to his head and say, look, motherfucker, you're going to do what we tell you to do. And that's just what happens when you become president. I mean, let's be real.
Yeah,
you know?
no, I think that they, you know, the CIA or the Secret Service probably take you down 43 stories below the White House, and they play a film for you, and the film could be the
Zapruder film. We all know,
it could be that, or it could be like this is our latest test on our militarized anthrax, and this is the effects that the militarized anthrax has on a human being, and how are your daughters doing, by the way, President?
Yes, and you know the aliens have been visiting us from a adjacent galaxy for hundreds of years, by the way.
Well, I think
that's... You know that, but we can't tell anybody.
I think that's entirely possible. I really do.
Well, you know, it's that kind of shit that they talk about. Like, you know, I mean, we're just regular people, Mike. We don't know anything. We don't know.
Well,
we really don't know what's going on.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm making the same statement that you are. Is what I'm saying is that when they show you this film, whether it be the Kennedy assassination or the latest anthrax, which I think would work much better. When you ask, you know, is sure some beautiful daughters you have there, you know, I think that makes the point that it's not your head that's on the line so much, you know, you know, and but at the same point, you know, if one of these fucking dickhead people who rally up the support of the entire world could grow a pair of balls and say the whole world is actually more important than my life or my family, then, you know, they could come out on the State of the Union and say, your government is lying to you about September 11th. And, you know, the whole world's listening. If Obama had done that on the second State of the Union, after he'd gone in there and tried to make shit happen and people stood in his way, he would have still had the support of the whole fucking world. But instead, he fucking just went right along with George W. Bush III. You know, and you know how hard it would be for like whoever the evil forces are that are going to take action against you and your family to actually do something like that after you had made a statement like that and cleared the air about, you know, how evil the government is and the dark forces. Because if you're in the State of the Union, what are they going to do? Cut your microphone off in the middle of the State of the Union? Are all the fucking news networks going to drop your feed? I don't think so.
I mean, you know, you can only do so much, man.
But we don't have people that are actually fearless leaders, you know, like Kim Jong-un.
It's impossible to be. I mean, there's just a president is just a figurehead. I mean, he can,
I don't think it's impossible to be a fearless leader. I don't think that is true. No, I agree with what you're saying. I don't think that you can just pull the troops home. I think it might be a lot trickier than that.
It's not that easy. And all the presidents love to, they all love to make those campaign promises, and you just can't do it. It's not that easy.
But you do have the loudest microphone in the world, and everyone is listening to you. And if you say something that is fearless, you will rally the people. I believe it now even more. The people are so desperate for something to believe in. What are they supposed to believe in? Donald fucking J. Trump? Are you kidding me? Are they supposed to believe in Nancy Pelosi? Give me a fucking break. I mean, they're good people. They just want something to believe in.
Yeah, Mike, everyone feels the way that you do, and it's that. This is why I think that I'm afraid that Trump might get reelected, and he's not going to get impeached, and he's going to get reelected. Actually,
Trump is going to be reelected. I agree with you.
Because the Democrats don't have a strong candidate. Like Joe Biden is looking. Everyone's like Joe Biden, Joe Biden, Joe Biden. Everyone's like, the only chance to possibly stop Donald Trump is to vote for Joe Biden, and
that's never going to work.
He's going to lose.
That's never going to work. Everybody's already looking at Joe Biden like he's fucking pre-dementia or whatever. So.
It makes me want to vomit in my own mouth.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying about the Democrats. I mean, and then you look to the other side, and it's fucking Donald Trump. And I mean, oh my God, I fucking hated Donald Trump for 20 fucking years. Okay, since I started doing news 20 years ago, I've hated, because he's always been in the news. And he's just a fucking horrible douchebag human being. The kind of person that would fucking push around someone like bully someone like Greta Thunberg. I mean, that's who Donald Trump is. And that just disgusts me. So you have these fucking worthless fucking Democrats and the fucking garbage on the other side. And it's just
What did he say about her, Mike? I didn't know what he said. The little green girl after this? What did he say about her?
He said, what the fuck did Donald Trump say about her? Chat room, what the fuck did Donald Trump say about... he said... Just a minute.
I heard he, attacks her. I don't know what he said, but... Actually... I do have the internet, too. I mean, I could just pull it up.
Yeah, he said, he was talking. He essentially he mocked, her tone and her seriousness about climate change, and he is saying you should really go out and have some fun, honey. Which again, that's something that
okay.
I've said again and again is that I sure hope that she's doing something where she has some fun, because she just looks so stressed out, man.
You're actually agreeing with Donald Trump a little bit.
I don't think he was saying, I hope that she's doing something fun. I'm hoping she's enjoying her life somewhere, because that part of Greta Thunberg we are not seeing in the public. So I really hope that she is enjoying her life somewhere. And I don't mean sometime she should go on a date with someone. I don't mean anything like that. I just hope whatever it is that she really is because I think you have to. It's like Ferris Bueller said, you got to take a minute and look around, because otherwise you might miss out on something. You might, and that's what I keep saying to people, is that there's something right in front of you in this moment to enjoy. And if you're like, I fucking hate everything, everything's horrible, you're not looking for something to enjoy, because there's something right in front of you. And
I mean, if you're like that super climate denial, like, then, you know, you're just like afraid that your world's going to fucking melt in, you know, 5 years from now.
Right, but I mean, but still, and if that's true, then you know you only have this moment to enjoy.
It's not true. It's not true.
Yeah, well, I don't know what's going to happen, Pete. Here, you know, I have this thing that I think there's going to be some kind of like, you know, insect invasion where, you know, like fucking bees are climbing up our nose holes and shit, and it's going to be messed up.
Hey, man, I mean. The climate is definitely changing. Are we going to talk about climate change now?
We can talk about whatever. Did you make fucking coconut oil?
let me talk about climate change briefly. I'll make a 2-minute statement on climate change.
You go there, General.
I'm gonna go there, and then I'm gonna put a foot in, and then I'm gonna put a foot out, and then I'm gonna shake it all about like the fucking hokey pokey. I'm going to say that it's happening, but attributing it to humankind necessarily, I don't know if we can rule that out yet. You know, and a lot of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere isn't as bad as people think. It might actually be good because it makes trees greener, which is good.
Green trees are good.
Yeah, we like that.
I like it.
We're talking about coconut oil.
When?
Oh no! You know what I want to talk about?
When does your vacation start, Pete?
Next year, as soon as I can fucking start it.
Oh, you don't get time off for Christmas?
I have to wait for the year to end because, well, no, I only get Christmas off, bro. I got fucked. I just have the 25th off. That's it.
Right. Well, I hope that you take a minute to relax and find something to enjoy, Pete.
Well, I'm going on vacation once the new year starts, so I get all fresh new vacation days. You know, once the new year starts. So I said I'm taking a fucking vacay at the start of January, motherfuckers.
Right on. You going somewhere warm?
Take it easy. No, bro, I'm gonna staycay, save some fucking money, and fucking, you know, be creative, write some music, and do some weed.
That sounds like a good.
My dick, fuck some girls.
That sounds like a good time.
It's gonna be great, bro.
Yeah, right on.
Hey, you. Yesterday, I remember you saying that there was some troll caller that called, and you thought it was me. You're like, you thought it was me.
That's the anonymous guy. He keeps calling. He called twice while you've been talking now, so I know it wasn't you.
Yeah, I am not the anonymous guy. I just want you to know that.
Okay.
Because I think at one point you did pick up when he went, and he went, oh, your ass is fucking big, and then yeah. I mean, I have trolled you before. I have. But when I have trolled you, my trolling is way more creative.
Good.
I mean, I at one point I was a French man. I was a French guy. I pretended to speak French like I was Canadian, and then I pretended like I was a trucker from Kentucky.
Oh, cool.
I was hauling bourbon.
I hope you're documenting this, Craig, because you're gonna want to put this in the Craig's making podcast. So we'll be like, oh, and there's Pete in disguise on the podcast.
You can go back into the archives.
Yeah, well, that's what Craig's doing. Well, I hope that you have a nice weekend, Pete. If you're not going to get any extra R&R.
Bro, kicking it with the feet up.
Excellent.
Gonna make some dank ass fucking coconut oil. I'm going for 6 hours, dude. 6 fucking hours.
I think that's the plan. I think you're going to be so happy about this, Pete.
I'm finally gonna. I'm finally listening to you fuckers. I'm going to go for 6 hours.
I think you're
Mason jar.
I think you'll be very happy. I want to, and it's going to be identical to your last batch, other than the time, or what?
No, the last batch I did was only 3 hours.
Right. I mean, other than the time, it's going to be identical to your last batch. I mean, the same amount of weed, same amount of butter or coconut.
Oh yeah, I'm going to use the same. I mean, pretty much I'm going to grind up a bunch of cannabis and decarb it in a mason jar, and then I'm going to dump a bunch of coconut oil in it until the weed's submerged, pretty much. Like, I'm going to use as little coconut oil as I can, you know, and then once the weed's submerged, give it a nice mix, and then just put it in a you know, a crock pot or whatever the fuck, pot of boiling water, 220, let it boil for fucking 6 hours, and then fucking, I'm going to get lit.
And that doesn't stink the house up at all, huh?
No, it doesn't. You just seal it up. But
when
that,
you use,
that fucking can gets pressurized, so make sure you seal that bitch on good.
But when you use the magic butter machine, that stinks the house up, right?
The butter machine. The butter machine let me down, bro. It broke. I'm pissed. Don't even bring up the butter machine. Bringing up hard feelings.
You write them, and you tell them my machine broke. And Mox knew.
Very disappointing.
What's that?
I have a warranty actually 1 year from Amazon, but I'm just like too lazy. I'm like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, fucking write them and get another butter machine. You loved your butter machine, just get another one. Give it to somebody for a present.
Actually, it's really good for it. It's not a bad product. It actually is really good for making alcohol tinctures.
There you go. You're gonna want that one time or another. So fucking get another fucking butter machine because they're and I have nothing to do with them, but they are a very good company. And from what I understand, is that they would want you to contact them and get a replacement, Pete.
Well, it's my fault that I broke it.
Yeah, you don't gotta say that part. You don't gotta say that part. All they want, Pete, is for you to call back and say, "Hey, you know what? I got a new magic butter machine for free." So there you go. That's what they want. They want the good advertising that you were giving them before. Now you're like, "Don't even talk to me about the fucking magic." You know what I'm here? You know what I'm saying? So they want the other way. They want that kind of customer, not this kind of customer. So fucking call them or write them.
I'm not disgruntled.
And you'll get another one.
It was my fault that I broke it, so I'm not mad about it. It's my fault. I put water in it. I put way too much water in it. I was trying to make butter in it with fucking a ton of water.
I'm still telling you they would want you to have another one, Pete.
I'm not mad.
But you want one of these, and you don't want to have to kick down another $100 for one.
No, I don't, because I don't.
You just got done saying they're good for. Yeah, but you said they're good for alcohol. You said they're good for alcohol.
Huh?
You said they're good for the alcohol.
Tinctures, yeah, but alcohol tinctures are kind of a pain in the ass. Like, I don't want to do that. It's good. Like, if you're into that, that's fine. But that's not what I want to do. I like butters. I think butters are better.
Good. I'm glad to hear that.
I mean, it is very good for alcohol tinctures, though, if you're into that. You put all your weed in there, and it goes for like 8 hours, and it maintains the temperature, mixes everything at the right temp. But
and you could get one, and you could give it to a friend, and you could do it for free, and you could start them on their path to healing. You know how much you've healed already, Pete, since you started eating marijuana?
The better way, I'm telling you, the mason jar way.
Yeah, I hear you, but you got to get people started one way, and you might not have even started if you hadn't fucking got one of those magic butter machines.
Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah.
So get one for free and give it to a friend.
What got me into it was that I almost have lung cancer, so pretty much I have to eat my weed now. So that's about it.
Good. Well, I'm really glad to hear that you're eating marijuana, especially if you're having. I'm serious. I mean, besides all the the other benefits, the anti-cancer benefits. People take a lot of medications to try supplements to try and fight things like keep things like cancer at bay. Keep it out of their life. They do all kinds of things to keep cancer away.
Dude, cannabinoids are fucking incredibly healthy. That's why we have receptors for them all over our fucking body, dude.
Right.
There's a reason for that, because they help us. It helps our immune system. It helps us protect ourselves from infections and cancer and disease and so forth.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's part of it.
I hear it.
We don't understand a lot of the science right now about our cannabinoid system, because that's pretty new.
Well, it's not fucking new. It's that they've been hidden from us. It's been hidden from us by the fucking government and the medical community, saying marijuana has no medicinal qualities.
I'm just saying it hasn't been studied, as thoroughly as other systems organisms in our body.
For multiple generations, it's been hidden, and the fucking, this is why I'm so mad at modern medicine, and the news media. The news media for generations has said, oh, marijuana has no medicinal qualities and all this fucking reefer madness bullshit. And anyone who researched the slightest thing about cannabis would know that for 1,000 generations, this species has been using cannabis as medicine. And all of a sudden, it has no medicinal qualities. Fuck you.
It is a fantastic medicine. I mean, dude, I can't fucking live without it. I can't. I mean, my life has changed because of it. That's a beautiful thing.
This is what I keep saying, people. You can't live without this. It will change your life. Do it now. Follow me and do exactly as you see.
Don't you want to grow up to be just like me? Just like Pete?
Hey, Pete, you sound like you're relaxed. Do you know that?
Yeah, bro. I've ate about oh, sorry, your blowtorch fucked me up right there. I ate a bunch of brownies and gummies. So I've been doing both. With my coconut oil, I made some dank ass brownies and some dank ass gummies.
Really? What flavor gummies do you make?
I take a Jello, dude. It's just classic Jello, bro.
So it doesn't have a flavor?
The blue. I like the blue flavor. You can use any flavor. They actually come out really fucking good with the coconut oil.
That's awesome. I love that. I did not know you could use that to make gummies or Jello or whatever.
What sucks about it though, it's great, it works, but what sucks about it is that the oil separates from the water and the Jello. When you make a mixture of it, it's like separating the whole fucking like you mix it, it all kind of goes together. But then when you got to fill your molds and shit, it becomes a fucking pain in the ass because it's separating the whole time, right? So you got to like mix it and then fill a mold, mix it, fill a mold, mix it, and if you don't do that, like it's like separating like by the second. So you got to fucking. That's why people like use like lecithin and shit. As I've been talking about, so much lecithin, war gum, emulsifiers. I'm an annoying cunt, and I apologize.
It's all good. I am an annoying cunt too.
Hey, Wilco. If Wilco's listening, he's not here, is he?
I don't see Wilco, man. I don't know what's up with Wilco. I don't see him.
I haven't seen him in the chat tonight.
He might be depressed because there's no new South Park tonight.
I was going to apologize about what I said to him last night. It was pretty offensive. I'm sad he's not here. Anyways, Mike, are you there? Hello? Oh, you're taking a hit. Never mind. Dirty gin martini. Delicious. Vodka.
Vodka? Wow. How's a dirty gin martini? How's a dirty gin martini vodka? You said a dirty gin martini, and then you said vodka.
Gin or vodka. But
what makes it dirty?
Olives.
Oh.
You grind up some olives. And then you add gin and dry vermouth.
You know what you do.
And then you strain that out into a glass with some ice, Mike.
How much vermouth do you add?
What I do is I do 50 mils of vodka. Gin. 50 mils, gin or vodka, whatever the fuck.
What kind of gin?
I like gin. London Dry, Mike. I'm using...
Not the Boodles?
Gordon's London Dry Gin.
Well, the Queen drinks Boodles.
Fuck the Queen, cunt.
Off with their heads!
Gordon's London Dry. 50 mils of that, and then 25 mils of dry vermouth. And then you grind up some olives and shit. You throw it in that, mix it up with some ice, stir that shit, shake it, like your fucking mama told you, and then you strain it out into a glass. That shit is fucking delicious.
All right, here. Here you got the martini glass?
I don't. I'm getting one for Christmas.
All right. Well, do it this way. Try it once this way. Take the vermouth in your shaker and like ring it with the like line the shaker with it and dump the excess out, and then put your ice and your gin in, and do the same thing with your olives. Only just use the juice from the olives in the glass, and then dump it out, and then pour your martini, your gin. That just has a tiny touch of vermouth and then a slight little taste of olives, and see how you like that. It's pretty good.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Damn. I didn't know you were a bartender, Mike.
I've done a lot of fine dining.
Nice. Yeah. I will try that. Yeah. All right, I'll let you go. I have nothing else to say.
Hey, Pete, it's really good to hear from you. I'm glad you called.
I will not. This time, I will not forget to say... Tulsi gives me a big boner, and praise Allah, motherfuckers.
Yeah, Pete. That's our buddy Pete. And you know what? Pete sounds really relaxed. He sounds really, really like he's hitting his groove, And I like that. I like hearing people sound relaxed. That's our anonymous caller. Calling again. This is an embroidered patch. Craig has t-shirts. Craig ordered t-shirts. It's a very nice, high-quality, long-sleeve t-shirt. And if anybody wants one, let Craig know. And you get a couple of Mox News business cards in there with your t-shirt purchase, and you also get a My Cock for President postcard, because if the best choices that we have for president is Donald Trump or fucking Joe Biden, I'd really like to offer my cock. The anonymous guy really wants to talk. We'll let the anonymous guy talk. Are you going to talk this time?
God, I want to push your stool in.
Are you sure this isn't Pete? Oh, see, he hangs up. Pete doesn't hang up. I don't think. But, no, it's not Pete. I know it's not Pete because... if you're going to hang up on me, I'm not going to I'm not going to keep answering the phone. But because Pete was on the phone when the anonymous guy called. So I don't think that Pete and the anonymous guy are the same. Although, when Pete does get kind of conniving, his voice sounds very similar to that. So Pete. No offense. That guy sounds happy. Here, wait. Oh, hey, somebody else. Let's see it. Hello, caller.
Hi, Mox. How are you doing tonight?
I am good. How are you, Chris?
I'm feeling really good, too. Pretty good. Been a nice day?
Yeah, I don't know. I slept all day. Or I worked all night, and then I kind of just laid in bed all day.
Yeah, I understand that. I had a chance to go out and work today. It felt good. Prepping a bark job, cleaning off beds. It was whatever, what it is.
Working outdoors, is nice. You get to see, birds and stuff like that.
Yeah, I see a lot of wildlife. It actually is a historical day today, isn't it?
It seems like it has to be, yeah.
I think this has happened twice previously, or maybe, yeah, that's right, 2 times previously in American history. Bill Clinton and Andrew Johnson.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the Democrats look so desperate, man, when they keep talking about this vow, this pledge to the Constitution, this sacred vow, and now it's like now it means so much to them. And everything's so fucking hyper partisan, it just is.
Oh, yeah.
It's just so. It's like this is the problem with the two-party system. You know, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
if there was no parties, and there was an impeachment like this going on, it would be completely fucking different.
Well,
It wouldn't be. This is a fucking circus. And I think if there was
I've heard
no
the
parties,
argument
if there was no
for-
parties, there'd just be one person coming forward after another, but not like these fucking red versus blue football bullshit. You know.
Mhm. I think that might work, but I don't think it would work unless you had complete public financing of elections.
Yeah.
If you had complete public financing of elections, then people who have good ideas and are willing to step forward and want to be a public figure and represent people, they could go through a format where they didn't need money to do that. And that would be the right way to do it, because in a meritocracy, you think you would want the smartest people with the most cleverest ideas to be stepping forward to represent you. But those are not the people who represent us at any level, city council, state government, like you said the other night. Those are not the people who are drawn to politics. It's usually
or power, really. I mean, it's
power-hungry people, hustlers, people who are out for a buck, or for prestige. Their prestige means a lot to them, how they're perceived by other people. So I realized today why I think I appreciated your show for so many years. And when I was 7 years old, the Watergate hearings were going on.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom, who was kind of an apolitical person, she wasn't really particularly political, but I remember that she made a really big deal in the house. This phone is really squawking, isn't it?
I don't know about squawking. I don't hear squawking.
Okay, maybe it's just on my end. So I remember her taking one of those old cassette tape recorders and tape recording the sessions, just hours and hours of these audio tapes that she would just sit and just press play and she would tape. And I would watch her, and it's one of the only times that I saw my parents be engaged in politics in a way where they were kind of like C-SPAN, like 10 years later, where people could watch the hearings, but she wanted something to remember the impeachment of Richard Nixon. And of course, Nixon was impeached for obstructing an investigation into breaking into the Watergate Hotel. He was not impeached for the war in Vietnam. He was not impeached for bombing people in Cambodia. He was going to be impeached, that it was going to happen, but it was over obstruction of justice. I think the reason why my mom wanted Richard Nixon to be impeached had everything to do with the Vietnam War, because her cousin, who was the same age as her, was killed in the Vietnam War, and it really just fucked with her perception.
And I'm pretty sure that Nixon promised to end the war and never did
when he ran for president.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
So she was really happy about that. Not happy, but she thought it was important enough to let her 7-year-old kid know that I think this is important enough that I'm going to spend my afternoon and make tape recordings of this. And that stuck with me. And I think when I see people like yourself, and also at many of the websites I visit where people share content, it just reminds me that people take things seriously enough to record it and share it with other people, because some of these events actually are somewhat important and they need to be remembered and shared with other people, even if they're not popular, but people need to know what's going on.
And I believe almost everything I post has some historical value to it, because it's very timely and it's it's not, I don't post really partisan stuff. I'm posting something that's for everybody. I'm not making it hyper partisan like CNN or Fox News would choose to do. I'm simply going, look what's going on here, and you guys should talk about that.
Yeah.
And I think that works really good. Especially when we really rocked it at the beginning of the YouTube, and now it's I don't know. There's so much I don't understand why CNN and Fox News and all these people are on YouTube. They have their own major platform. They
It's
don't.
because they recognized a long time ago that YouTube would be a competitor to the mainstream media, and if they did not have a presence on that platform, that they would even lose more viewers than they would lose if they didn't have a presence. So I think their goal was to capture YouTube, and that always was their goal. And it's just been this long process. I also think
it's a mistake. I think that's a mistake. I think that
they should allow alternate platforms to exist. Of course.
Yeah. I think it's short-sighted. I think when YouTube has this billion viewer audience, you can go there and you can take all of that. Not that they need to go there to take it. You can, just like I'm saying, you can allow people like me who forever, who before Fox News was on YouTube was posting Fox News videos on YouTube, and that will get you, because I can't post 20 hours of news that they do all day long. I could, but I don't want to, because I think that's like I think it's bad for you. I think there's like I said, these little historical tidbits. I call them jewels. Like, it's like panning a river of knowledge for these little jewels and pulling the jewels out and saying, here you want to see this because it's all sparkly and. Yeah.
I wanted to talk about the impeachment, but that's a really good point, Mox. And there was an article from yesterday that I didn't have time to share with you, and I want to mention it now. It's from CNN Business, and this is the title of the article. It says, and the reason why I mention this right now is because this article talks about people who take content from like CNN, and then they put a different label on it. And this is how CNN perceives that behavior, like how they see it that way, right? And the article says how fake accounts pushing inflammatory content went viral with the help of YouTube's algorithms. And what's weird about this article, first of all, is it's a long article. Usually CNN just has like 3-4 paragraphs. They don't really go in depth. They're just like news blurbs, kind of like.
Right.
This is not the case. If you read this, they are really intense about how they walk through the entire argument with links. It says things like, it says in recent years, YouTube, which is owned by Google, has taken steps to increase the likelihood that users will be recommended videos from what it determines as authoritative sources like news outlets.
Right.
Plasticity, a San Francisco language processing artificial intelligence startup, has gathered and analyzed YouTube data, provided CNN with hundreds of examples of how the accounts had doctored on-screen graphics to make stories appear inflammatory. YouTube told CNN Business on Thursday that its threat, and this is from last week, its threat analysis team had investigated and determined the channels were run from Southeast Asia and were part of a spam campaign designed to make money from online ads. The company said it found nothing to suggest the channels were linked to a state-backed campaign. Like, who the fuck would ever think they were to begin with, right? Or that they were part of a coordinated influence campaign. Like, that's what politics even is by definition, right? A coordinated influence campaign. Although Plasticity and CNN saw hundreds of videos that were about news and politics, YouTube said they removed many more videos that were entertainment clips. And anyway, the article goes on, and I just wanted to give you an idea.
That's one of the things that happens here when they say entertainment, okay? When Fox News goes to make a copyright claim, and then you say, no, this is news, and news is fair use, Fox News will say, no, this is opinion. And opinion becomes is entertainment, like Judge Judy or whatever that stupid bitch is that's on the Fox News that loves Donald Trump so much, Judge Jen, what's her name? Judge Pirro or whatever. Anyways,
ridiculed on SNL a lot.
Yeah, I don't know, but what I'm saying is they'll say this is what I'm saying is that's what they'll say is that this company who's actually their name, their logo is called Fox News. They have these shows like Greg Gutfeld, and they'll say, "Oh no, that's entertainment." This is the news channel. This is where people go for the news. Why are you having an entertainment hour on the news channel? You know, so but again, it comes to this. It's not just people like Greg Gutfeld. It's also the Jenny Shapiro. It's also Hannity. You know, Hannity gets a fucking interview with the president, and he claims copyright on it. Okay, and I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks. Donald Trump or any other president, let's say not Donald Trump so much, but any other president that's talking to Sean Hannity is not talking to Sean Hannity so Sean Hannity can make an extra shiny penny. Okay? He's talking so that he can reach as many people as possible. And when I post that video, all I'm doing is helping these people. Well, I'm doing a whole lot of different things. Actually, I'm doing a whole lot of different things. I'm giving you the freedom to respond to it. I'm actually, and then I have a tendency to kind of segment out a small segment of the video, possibly place it at the beginning or put it in the title of the video that makes it a little bit more like, what's being said here? You know,
the truth instead of like the fake headline that's that they give the story, which doesn't even really explain what's happening. There's one other quote here, and this shows the magnitude of the censorship. This one quote, it says, "Unfortunately, re-uploading content with sensationalist thumbnails is a common tactic spammers use in an attempt to attract views and revenue," a YouTube spokesperson said in a statement to CNN Business on Thursday. "We use a combination of machine learning and humans to review and identify and remove spam accounts," whatever that is. "Last quarter alone, in 3 months, we removed nearly 5 million videos and 3 million channels for spam violations. And we've taken action against these accounts and will continue our work to remove spam from our platform."
Yeah, from our platform. So this is what I'm saying. Is it CNN has no fucking business on YouTube? Number one, this is about the people and you. It's about you and I, not giant corporations, right?
Of course.
So all that these people do is try and shut down our freedom. The reason that they don't want me disseminating their information isn't so much because it's inflammatory, but it's because I give you and everyone, you not being the conservatives, you not being the liberals, you being everyone, I give everyone the chance to say what they want to say about the videos. And that's what people like CNN hate most, is not being able to control the conversation about their own content, because somehow the people seeing through their fucking veil of fake news, as Donald Trump likes to put it, but that's not what it is. It's agenda-driven propaganda, okay? And I say it like that because part of it is war propaganda, and war propaganda is considered an international war crime. So when you call these people fake news, you're letting actual war criminals, you're conflating them to someone like Jon Stewart, because that's what Jon Stewart used to call himself all the time. He would call himself fake news. So we're clear, it's a bad label for the mainstream media, and you need to look at these people as if they are actual criminals, not fake news like Jon Stewart.
They work in conjunction with the state, like these large internet companies. Also, they censor political ideas because they're not popular with political parties and with people who work with the state. So corporations do it, the government does it. They do it in tandem with each other. Like the ban on BDS is a great example. So they don't want people to talk about boycotting, divesting, and sanctioning Israel for its crimes in Palestine. But the politicians promote the line, the media companies toe the line, but they work together, the government and the corporations. There was this other article from Counterpunch, and this was talking about the impeachment, and I'm not going to read a lot of quotes, but I did want to let other listeners know where the article is. It's from Counterpunch, and it's by Jim Kavanaugh, and it's called "Impeachment: What Lies Beneath." He goes through the impeachment proceedings, and he says there's two arguments that the Trump can make against the initial claim about the Ukraine, that they were fucking around in the Ukraine for Trump's personal power. The first one is that it's just not true. They haven't presented any evidence. And then the second one is that it's not illegitimate for the president to investigate the vice president's role as a U.S. government official in previous acts of corruption. So they have two legitimate defenses. The second one, if they bring up Joe Biden, and it will come up, if not in the trial, it'll come up after the trial. It's going to have a huge negative impact on the Democrats. They're going to get their ass kicked in the next election, and they're setting themselves up for huge failure. Now, I know a lot of people are going to feel good about that because they probably support Republicans secretly deep down, but I don't think it's a good thing for Trump to be an autocratic leader, but the Democrats are slitting their own throats in public. Real Clear Politics, the site I go to that has polling, has the last 11 polls where they talk to Americans about impeachment, and only 3 of the last 11 polls are above 50% for Trump being removed from office. 8 of the polls are either a tie or say no, Trump should not be removed. So it's not a popular position that they're pushing right now. And if you remember, Mike, last week in the United Kingdom, the center-left party, which is the Labour Party, got handed the largest defeat that they have ever received since like 1935.
Yeah.
And the Tories had the biggest victory that they have had since 1987. And I'm telling you, and also the center-left party in France, Macron's party, which is the Socialist Party, which is more like the Democrat Party in the United States, it also has had over a year of like constant demonstrations about austerity programs in France, in the industrialized world. So this is not going to help the Democrats. It's probably going to help Trump, and everybody knows this. So that's why I think Tulsi Gabbard's position and her quote was amazing. It was really short and sweet. After doing my due diligence and reviewing the 658-page impeachment report, I came to the conclusion that I could not, in good conscience, vote either yes or no. She's right. And it's an indictment of the whole fucking Democrat Party, the whole system.
I think it's so. I don't know what she's gonna do moving forward. But I mean, if the Democrats want to have any chance of getting any real backing, I think she's the only hope they have. So, but I don't think there's the slightest chance that they will come to their senses and realize this.
No, so this author, this Kavanaugh guy from Counterpunch, I kind of outlined his defenses and stuff. He has a really interesting idea that I hadn't heard discussed before. And it goes like this. What is the Democrats' motivation for doing this if they know they're going to lose, right? And he said there's an outside chance that the Democrats believe that Mike Pence could become president if in the next week there's some scandal about Trump that floats around inside the minds of the Senate Republicans. Now think about it. This might be their only chance to get rid of the dictator now. And if the Republicans want to get rid of Trump, they have to do it now. And if they don't, then, well, just think about it.
If the Democrats want to get rid of Trump, they have to do it now. If the Republicans want to get rid of Trump, they have to do it after the election.
I don't think they'll be able to do it after the election, because he'll have won the election.
Because before the election, if they get rid of Donald Trump, then there's no way Mike Pence will win the election.
Oh, but this is what Kavanaugh's, and that's why I said, please, when you have time to scan the article, it's good. It says the reason why, okay, is because Israel is about ready to go to war with Iran. It's a hypothetical. It's not like this is real. This is like a hypothetical. But Israel is on the edge of going to war with Iran, specifically Netanyahu, and the conservative people in Israel, and they've been escalating their rhetoric against Iran. And they always have. They've always thought they could go to war with Iran. But Iran has been developing missiles much more faster than they have in the past. And these missiles are very accurate, and they're real. They're not some illusory thing.
I know. They
really exist.
Yeah.
So Israel has a chance where they could, attack first. They have to attack first in their weird, fucked up mind to prevent the Iranians from developing defenses and maybe offensive capabilities. But Mike Pence is a fundamentalist Christian with strong support from the evangelicals, and the Democrats are pro-Israel as well. Like Pelosi and Schumer and the leadership, Steny Hoyer of the Democratic Party, are also pro-Israel.
Yeah.
And even though Trump has made concessions to Israel with the capital in Jerusalem and with the West Bank, and also generally his attitude towards Gaza, all that said and done, Mike Pence, I believe, would just say, Mother said go to war. We're going to war. If he went to war with Iran in the next year, Mike, after Trump was removed, you would have a sitting president in a war, right?
Yeah.
That person would not lose an election.
I think I think you underestimate the how tired of war the American people are.
I agree, but if they had both political parties on board in this rigged bullshit,
right. If Joe Biden is the nominee and Joe Biden is saying, well, of course we have to go to war with Iran.
Exactly. And the Republican candidate is saying the same thing. It's just a question of nuance, how we go to war with Iran, not a question of whether we should or shouldn't. And this is just a hypothetical that this writer.
But wouldn't that open the door for a perfect candidacy for Tulsi Gabbard to run as a third party?
It would, except for there's a problem in the Democratic Party, and that problem is that 60% or 65% of the Democratic Party are actually Republicans. They're actually centrist. They call themselves centrist.
Yeah.
But they have pro-corporate policies.
I agree.
So what you would have to do is convince 60% of the people who vote for the Democrats today to change their mind, or you'd have to flood the Democratic Party with people who think differently, and that has always been a losing proposition. As they say, the Democratic Party is the graveyard of political movements before they go to die.
Well, that makes a lot of sense.
It happened to the Populist Party. It happened to the Progressive Party. It happened to the Socialist Party. It happened to even the Green Party. You know, they try to grab Green Party people. They try to co-opt all ideas that are outside of their platform, bring them into the Democratic Party, but then they never, ever allow them to have power, because the core of the party is based on donations and money, which comes from corporations. I think that's how it works. Anyway, some thought, and I just wanted to throw that article out there, Mox, and the article was called Impeachment, What Lies, Lies, Beneath, by Jim Kavanaugh. It was posted this morning at Counterpunch, the magazine. And I'm going to listen to other people.
Hey, it's good to hear from you, Chris. Thanks for calling.
Thank you, Mox. I hope you have a good day tomorrow, all right? And good luck with the rest of the program.
Right on, you too. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
That's our buddy Pete. He lives just down the road from us, a little ways, hour or so down the road. Hey, we have another caller. Hello, caller.
Michael, we're coming to you live here at the house floor in between traffic and weather. It's got really exciting today. How do you feel?
I feel good. How do you feel?
I feel amazing. I feel like smoking a bowl, not giving a shit about a bunch of this bullshit.
How does
that sound?
I think that's how the American people feel. I think that I think the American people have just had enough of this fucking bullshit. You know, you want to get rid of the Donald Trump? Well, why don't you let the American people decide? You know, we're gonna have an election, and just like you can't shut up about the motherfucking election, why don't you wait and see what the outcome of that is, right?
Well, I disagree. I think that the people are not sick of this bullshit. They're just sitting there constantly freaking out. They're defecating on our sidewalks, on our children, in the alleyways, and it's just horrible.
I hope they're not defecating on our children. But I do get
they are.
Well, I mean, I get your point. I get your point. I think that everywhere humans go, they shit everywhere they go. You know.
Well, you know, with all this global warming, I tell you what, it's like they're just shitting all over everyone. You know.
Well, it's just again, it's not the global warming.
And you know, honestly, with all this global warming,
the pollution.
We'll do a weather report real quick. We're going to do a weather report.
It's the pollution. Global warming is a distraction.
Well, I tell you what, with all this global warming, I might freeze to death.
Well, I know that there are other people who feel similarly.
I tell you what, I guess some people just have it too good with the good weather. Other places are like, oh my God, it's too hot. But I tell you what, at our location, I'm freezing my ass off.
Well, I hope you're not freezing your ass off because, man.
No, I'm literally out here live on the Senate floor in front of the White House now, and I'm freezing my fucking ass off. I tell you what, there's a whole bunch of people out here with a bunch of signs, and they are extremely pissed off. They are angry. They are like, at the same time, celebrating this impeachment of a president of the United States, while everybody else in the world, at the same time as the people that standing out here tonight, they are literally just putting their lips right on everybody's ass. They love kissing ass. They kiss ass every day. Their lives are miserable, and they don't know how to do anything other than bitch and moan about some dumbass bullshit. Coming to you live, Mox News Radio, here live on the streets. Ladies and gentlemen, I am seeing this right now. It is shocking, ladies and gentlemen. I tell you what, Michael, can you hear me?
We can hear you. What is it you're seeing? Tell us what you're seeing.
Okay, I tell you what, I am out here in front of the White House now, and I see a goddamn sign that says, Orange Man Bad. I want to take a shit. That's what we're doing out here. There's some people with colored hair running around with fucking dreadlocks, and they're chewing on them, and they're shouting to the sky that they fucking love this bullshit that's going on in the world. And then with the greatest part about it, I feel like they think, is they are just throwing trash. They're not only throwing trash, they are defecating with poop right on the sidewalk out here in front of the White House. And the security can't do anything about it, because if you do, then you're a racist.
The public defecators are just the worst, aren't they?
They are defecating everywhere. They're pooping and shitting everywhere. These type of people might lick your doorbell. It's kind of bizarre. Coming to you live out here inside the White House, ladies and gentlemen, I tell you what, it was a rough day in Congress. Oh, my, a lot of action. I don't know what we really did today, but I feel like they got like a one-word headline that they are just like very excited about.
Well, it sounds very exciting.
And they feel like that this is the one thing that we can do in the world since motherfucking ending slavery. This is the next best thing to Martin Luther King. This is the next best thing to Jesus fucking Christ, I think Christopher Hitchens would say. Impeaching Donald Trump! Yeah, Christopher Hitchens, he would be fucking turning in his grave at this amount of fucking intelligence that we are witnessing today.
Wouldn't it just be awesome to hear what he had to say on it, though?
Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, Christopher Hitchens. Christopher Hitchens. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Christopher Hitchens. He's here live tonight. Well, let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, these people are just no more good than selling pencils in the street from a cup. I just remember when he said that. That was amazing.
He was an amazing guy. I really enjoyed listening to him talk all the time.
Me too.
Yeah.
That was one of the fucking... Richard Dawkins actually might call you one of these days.
Well,
right.
I would be so happy to hear from Sir Richard.
I personally know Richard Dawkins.
Isn't it Sir Richard Dawkins?
He doesn't really give a shit.
Okay, I'm so glad to hear that.
Please don't fucking ask me that stupid ass question. I mean, literally, that's what he's like. I'm here on the line with you. Don't ask me extremely stupid, retarded question like that ever.
He sounds like a pretty good guy.
Oh my God. I think we see some action going on here. Michael, I gotta go. I feel like my life is in danger. They think that we are Donald Trump supporters. They are acting like they want to physically assault us and beat the living shit out of our faces. We better get to the van immediately, the Mox News travel van, and get the fuck out.
You stay safe.
Motherfucking see ya.
You stay
All right,
safe.
thank you, Michael. We'll stay.
We'll hear from you again soon. Bye.
All right, bye.
And he's still on the line. You still there? He hasn't hung up yet. So I'm not sure what's up with that.
The fuck, I'm still on the
line. As I was saying, we actually have field commentators now, and we're having them out in the Washington D.C. area, and hopefully we'll be hearing from more of them in the future. And we're working on Craig. We're working on that live feed, right? So we're working on the live feed for the commentators. We will hopefully have that here, this program, or one coming up really soon. So, let's see. Thanks so much for calling, because this is what makes it worthwhile. Is us connecting and having. Do you hear how happy that guy sounded? Didn't he sound happy? He really is so nice to hear. That's one of the things that I get almost all the time, except for the full moon the other night. The full moon was cray, but most of the time it's just good people, and we're just having a little talksy, and they sound happy.
Call.
Hello, caller.
Hey there, I just got a couple quick points to make.
Good deal.
Is that all right?
Good deal. Go.
Awesome. Is this uncensored line? Anything goes?
It depends. I'm not talking about sex, and I don't want to talk about the Jews.
Okay, no problem. My first point, let's see. Well, that's the biggest issue we're facing, but no, I'll leave it at that. Do you think if someone like Jeb Bush or Marco Rubio, if he would have gotten to power, do you think and he committed the same supposed alleged crimes that Trump did, do you think they would be pushing this hard for impeachment?
No, absolutely not.
Absolutely not. I agree.
Absolutely not. Because they're just this establishment people who, they're going to march right down the line, straight into war with Iran or whatever. If Marco Rubio was fucking president, we'd be in war with Iran right now. And Venezuela, as far as I can tell.
I agree.
Not that we're not kind of at war with Venezuela and Iran, but, we'd be a lot more heated.
Like with someone like Bush, an establishment type figure, they got completely what they wanted. Completely decimated the Middle East, bombing country after country.
Building up the military-industrial complex, building up the police state, decimating rights.
Absolutely. I feel like Trump, he's given in a little bit, like with the, he's given them what they want in terms of embassy in Jerusalem and these new anti-BDS bills where you criticize Israel or you boycott them. That's against the law and this, that, and the other.
It's considered a form of hate speech now, from what I understand, by executive order.
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, he's given it a little bit, but I think he's trying to. He's giving in as much as he can to where he has to play ball. You have to play ball, or he's not going to get those donors in the re-election. Sheldon Adelson and the rest of these big-time Zionist donors are not going to put him back in the office. They're going to choose someone else, just like they're coordinating Marco Rubio. He's supposed to be the guy if Trump didn't play ball.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's kind of he's kind of like, I don't know. He's playing ball. He's doing the best he can, but I still think like even him giving in and bowing down and signing these anti-BDS bills and doing everything they want, they still want to get rid of him. They're still voting to impeach him. So this should be a lesson to politicians that even if you bend the knee, they still want to get rid of you.
Well, I think the BDS bill is the best reason for impeachment of Donald Trump. Because the Democrats keep talking about this oath that they take to the Constitution to protect the Constitution from all enemies, foreign and domestic, right? And they emphasize domestic. And the president takes that oath too. And by signing this executive order saying that we don't have the right to speak out against the crimes of Israel, he has proven himself to be a threat to the Constitution. Unfortunately, the Democrats probably all love his fucking executive order and, would never in a million years, the current Democrats, speak out, to say that that's a reason, to impeach Donald Trump. But I think that clearly shows that he has zero respect for our freedom of speech and that proves he is a threat to the Constitution. And I honestly also believe anyone who is an actual threat to freedom of speech is a threat to humanity.
Agreed.
Yeah.
You made a good point regarding the Democrats not really saying nothing.
Yeah.
They haven't brought it up. Someone like Adam Schiff, he's supposed to be this fighter for the little guy. He's this human rights advocate and this, that, and the other, but you look at all the
I wish that was true. Let me just say, I wish that was true, but I see nothing like that in Adam Schiff. But go ahead.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what he portrays. That's what he. That's what he.
In his ego, in his endless ego of all egos, that's the way that he sees himself.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the That's kind of the narrative they push, that they're trying to fight against hatred and they're going to stand up for minority rights and this, that, and the other. But they turn a complete blind eye to Israel. Like I saw his son was wearing a shirt. Adam Schiff's son is wearing a Mossad shirt, and he's a hardcore Zionist. He never criticizes the actions of Israel, the apartheid regime.
Yeah.
And this goes for Feinstein, Bloomberg,
all of them, all the people. These people all have the microphone. Barack Obama, in the middle of Israel bombing Gaza, sent them more bunker buster missiles. You know, in the middle of them bombing women and children, he sends them more fucking bombs to do it with. Okay, so they're all, it's stomach turning. Like they need bunker buster bombs to fucking fight these people throwing fucking stones. You know.
Exactly, but they'll criticize Putin. They'll criticize Russia. We're controlled by Putin and Russia and.
Or Iran, or China, or Ukraine. They criticize. They keep saying in the news that the Ukraine is supposed to be like the third most corrupt government in the world, right? And I'm like, that's just like, it's like saying that I don't know, this fish is the stinkiest fish there is. You know what I mean? It's like they all fucking stink like fish, man. You know. So it's just disgusting where we're at in this place in the world, and the problem is it's not because of the Republicans, and it's not because of the Democrats. It's both parties have led us hand in hand, skipping tra-la down the road, as happy as could be to bring us to this moment right here in history, and it's just so sad that we can't get those people, we can't get rid of those fucking people, and I think it would be so easy, honestly. All we have to do is say no more political parties, and only and like Chris was saying, only public financing, and no more political parties, and then on election day it's Americans voting for Americans, and I think that would make so many more Americans want to vote on election day, because they don't have to vote for fucking these assholes or those assholes, because we hate those motherfucking assholes.
Yeah, it's a common communist tactic. They divide and conquer, have two groups against each other, fighting within each other, while a certain group of individuals rise to the top and control the narrative, control the argument parameter, and this and that. But I do want to make another point. What was I going to say? Oh, what's funny is the one politician who brought up donors, who brought up AIPAC, was Ilhan Omar. Like, that's the only one who brought up AIPAC, and you saw what happened when she did. You saw both political parties come rain down on her, call her every name in the book, and it just sucks that this is like the only person I could get behind that's going to willing to call them out. And this is the same person who I don't remember if you remember that Covington Catholic situation. She was blaming the kids in that situation. She said the kids were harassing those black Hebrew Israelites. So she's obviously an anti-white racist, and that's the person I got to get behind that's willing to call out the fucking Israel lobby. There's no one in the Republican Party. That Dan Crenshaw person, he's a full-blown Zionist, lock and step, whatever they want to do. It's just frustrating because no one is willing to call them out. They're all bought and paid for.
Yeah, I hear you. I think you're absolutely right. And it's not just the Republican Party; it's both sides. As I keep saying and pointing out again and again and again, and on this issue in particular, there isn't. It's a one-sided issue. That's all there is to it. Hey, I got to take a break for a second. So, thanks a bunch for calling. All right.
Hey, thanks for calling in. I'll call in another time. Thanks for taking my call.
All right, we'll talk to you again soon. All right, I got a clip here. I'm going to play that, and I'm going to take a quick break, and I will be right back, and we'll take another phone call, okay? So stay cool, babies.
You've heard of the carbon footprint, right? Well, it turns out all the extra online shopping we'll do this holiday season has a hidden environmental cost, too. King 5's Jake Wittenberg takes a closer look at what some are calling the cardboard footprint.
I can almost guarantee you've purchased something online at some point. And the simplicity of the click is speeding up ways that we shop in ways we never really thought it could. The speed that I just ordered paper plates, dish towels, ibuprofen, batteries, and Sharpies is what I'm talking about. Amazon, Walmart, and others are driving the industry. Last year alone, Amazon shipped out more than 5 billion packages. A lot of cardboard.
Thank you.
They say nothing is free, and that may include the speed and the ease of online shopping. The hidden environmental costs are what many are now calling the cardboard footprint. The definition is simple. It's all the carbon put into the atmosphere because of all the extra deliveries and the trucks and the recycling and the airplanes and everything needed to bring you your $3 Sharpie. We found Ann Goodchild and Don McKenzie at the University of Washington, who've spent years studying supply chains and our cardboard footprints.
So most of the environmental impact in transportation generally is from vehicle emissions. The more important question is, how do we manage the impacts of that, given that it's here to stay?
You know, reducing consumption is going to have much more impact on our future than maybe exactly how that's delivered to us.
And we found e-commerce is still exploding. The U.S. Census Bureau estimates on an adjusted basis, sales in the second quarter totaled $139 billion online, an increase of 8% from the first quarter, 13% over this time last year. In total, e-commerce still makes up about 10% of all retail sales in the U.S.
And that means a huge boom in the corrugated box industry as well. 170 million tons of this stuff sent out just last year. And at this one Recology facility here alone in Seattle, they're seeing a 10-ton increase in this stuff compared to just last year.
Do you feel like we're doing a good job at recycling with all the extra boxes showing up at our house?
We are. So we, through the data that we have, we estimate that we're recycling about 85% of the cardboard.
What do you make about this cardboard footprint idea?
We are increasing our footprint. I think it's an interesting idea to think about maybe when we're buying, to maybe not think about we always have to buy everything and have it shipped to us. It's really important to keep it in your recycling carts.
So you're saying one good tip to cut down on our cardboard footprint is to be good recyclers.
It's to be good recyclers, because then it will actually get recycled, which will reduce the carbon footprint.
Amazon is responding to our questions about the cardboard footprint by telling us we collaborate with our manufacturers worldwide to help them innovate and improve their packaging, cutting waste and costs throughout the supply chain. I knew this Sharpie would come in handy. Amazon also recently launched its climate pledge to become net zero carbon by 2040 and 100% renewable energy by 2030. But that's still 10 years away. Researchers at UW say it's a nice gesture and it could make a difference, but the biggest impact would come from comprehensive climate policy that would force companies to change because it would affect their bottom line. Jake Wittenberg, King 5 News.
Did we get that right? Did I get that right? Is the microphone back on? Microphone's back on. All right. So, anyways, I am back, and I thought that we would. Anyways, I think it's going pretty good so far. And I just wanted to keep it going for another minute. I got up. Okay, so last night I worked overnight, and it was like I was on a ladder all night long, right? So when I just got up, after we played the cup, I got up to go take a break real quick, and my legs are like spaghetti. I was like, whoa, spaghetti legs, crazy. You want to hear the anonymous caller? Oh, he hung up. That's the anonymous caller again. There's my Boo Bear. Hey, buddy. How's my beautiful baby? How's my beautiful baby? Okay, we'll take a call from the anonymous caller. Hello, caller.
I like how the last caller, you said you didn't want to hear anything about the Jews, and you went on a 15-minute tirade about the Jews.
I didn't go on anything about the Jews, and he was talking about Zionist. Zionist and Jews are two different things. Okay? Zionists are a very specific type of person, and you don't have to be a Jew to be a Zionist. So we're clear. Alright, so, and I don't want to talk about that. I keep trying to make clear, I don't want to talk about that, because if that's what, if we start the conversation about that, that's what it's going to be forever. And I mean, you know, there'll be a time to have a conversation about this, you know, and I guarantee that it's coming very soon. But I don't want that to be what this show is about every fucking night, you know? So, no, I don't want to talk about that. And it will be a time to talk about sex, too, but I don't want to talk about that just yet either. I'd like there to be 100 or 200 people in the room, and then we'll have a nice talk about sex, huh? Doesn't that sound like fun? We'll try and get everybody involved, you know? Because that's what we're trying to do here, is we want everybody involved in the discussion. Because the discussions that we're having about impeachment and Tulsi Gabbard and the Democrats' credibility and, you know, the Democrats having less credibility than Donald J. Trump. Right? These people who pride themselves, these people who keep talking about how courageous they're being and how they're stepping up to protect the Constitution because they took a sacred vow to protect the Constitution. These people have less credibility in what they're saying, especially when they say things like this. When they say things like this, you go, oh yeah, right, now you care about the Constitution. Now you care about my rights. Because when they say protect the Constitution, by protecting the Constitution, they are protecting your rights, which is what it is that they're supposed to be doing. Okay, which is what the Constitution does, so they protect the Constitution. That's their motherfucking job. And they're playing this game with it like they can, you know, willy-nilly fucking use the Constitution now to say, oh, we have this sacred oath that we took, and now it means something to you. Because it didn't mean anything to you when you know, when Edward Snowden came forward and said that, you know, these people are spying on everyone, and because you were in on it. You know, these people who take this sacred vow to protect the Constitution, you know that. You allowed it with your Patriot Act, with your National Defense Authorization Act. You know, you allow these things to happen, but then you go, oh, and we're so courageous because we're stepping up to do what we've been called to do in this moment in political history. For the third time in the history of this country, impeach a president. And it's you know, when you look at what the last couple presidents were like, you know, where were you then, Nancy Pelosi, when you know, Dick Cheney and George W. Bush, who were not elected. They were not elected in 2000 election, and they were not elected in the 2004 election. Okay, so when you allow someone like that who's not even elected to then lie us into these wars, and you do nothing and decimate the Constitution, decimate our Fourth Amendment rights. George W. Bush, during the 2004 election, made around the Republican convention and the Democratic convention, they made what they called free speech zones. Because and you were not allowed to be out in front of the cameras with your signs, because most of the signs said 9/11 truth. Okay, and no war, and, you know, And they just didn't want that in front of all the cameras, and because that would turn the discussion. There would be this thing going on in the discussion that they don't want to talk about. And that's how much they respect. It's just not how much they respect us or our rights. It's how much they respect their sacred vow when they put their hand on their own holy book and then take a sacred vow to their deity of their choosing. This is who they are. They're scum. And then they want to look us in the face and say, because of our sacred vow to the Constitution, we have to impeach Donald Trump at this moment. You're so fucking full of shit. You have zero credibility. None, zero, nothing. Donald Trump has more credibility than the Democrats. Thank God Tulsi Gabbard voted present in the vote for the articles of impeachment today. Because again, there's just no credibility there. So it shows she's like the only one who did that, right? So it shows that she was there for the vote, and it shows that she has zero respect for this being brought forward, because we all know how important the vote is. So she's like, yeah, I don't want anything to do with this. I'm here, but I don't want anything to do with it. So again, Tulsi shines out when stands head and shoulders above the rest when all the rest fall in line to do their little goose step into more endless war and all this kind of stuff that they love, that they just can't get enough of. Oh, our sacred vow to the Constitution. Yeah, I'm not buying it. Are any of you buying that they give a damn about the vow to the Constitution? I don't think so. Okay, so this is a call-in show. If anyone would like to call, the number's right there on the screen, 805-669-6397. That's 805-MOX-NEWS, in case you're wondering. Okay, so, hey, there's HRC. What's up, HRC? Did you hear Mitchell got her freaking avatar taken away? Okay, so and I speak the truth because I'm not speaking to one side or the other. I'm not speaking to the Democrats. I'm not speaking to the Republicans. I'm speaking to the American people. I'm speaking to the people who love freedom, who love the Constitution, who understand the Constitution is this brilliant document that was like, first and foremost, you have the right to live your life the way you choose to live it. I mean, that's who these people were. You can say what you feel needs to be said. Okay? First and foremost, you go and you live your life the way you see fit. And second, no one can ever take that away from you. Okay? So this is brilliant, and there's this like perfection to that kind of freedom. It's like, people say that there's this accountability with freedom of speech. When you say something, if you say something stupid, you should expect that people might call you out for saying stupid shit, right? So, there's this perfection feeling. If you go out and you take your ultimate possession, see, the thing about, people talk about, they're like, why do you talk about freedom so much? It's like, because like this ideal, like, it doesn't really exist anymore. You're like poisoning people's minds. But it's not just the ideal. It's like, this is the ultimate gift. Is freedom for you just to have this life to do with what you wish. And that's what it means to be top of the food chain. As I bring up over and over again, you're here on this planet in the 21st century, to look around and do what you want with this lifetime, right? That's why you're here. And as I've said, my experience on the planet is from at least the time I was 5 years old. They've been trying to jam me into this fucking square peg thing, and it's never worked for me. But that's what the establishment is. You come here, as I've called this planet, sensual Disneyland. I think wherever it is that we come from to here to planet Earth, you see this like we're doing whatever it is we do, like designing trees or dolphins or whatever, and you see this advertisement pop up and it says, "Visit the blue green jewel Earth," and you're like, "Ooh, I haven't been to Earth for a while." It's like the food, the sights, the sounds, and you go, God, because this is sensual Disneyland. It's the body is a sensation computer, right? And then Earth is just this constant bombardment of sensation. Again, as I talk about being in the moment, and that there's always something in the moment for you to enjoy. That's part of the contract when you come to Earth. You go, yeah, I'm going to have a good time there, right? And he said, yeah, there'll always be something right there in front of you to enjoy. So, and that's the deal. So if you think that things are just completely negative and horrible, and you have to come into the moment. Because most people who think that things are so horrible and are not actually in this moment. They're like, oh, there's something going on, and it's not. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. The climate change is gonna kill us all, or I don't know how I'm gonna pay my bills next month, or what. I can't believe that my kid is acting out in school. Well, if your kid's right here, right now, and your kid's cool, then, if that's not happening, I get it, I don't get children. I just have never wanted to have children because I don't want that thing where you have to your kid's acting out in school. I just hate that. I could not deal with that, I have hard enough time with the dogs, and they're my roommate's dogs. So, every day is worse. You nailed it, Mitchell. Every day is worse. That's right. Every day is worse. But there are good things in your immediate, right now, in this moment, right in front of you. So, and the sensual Disneyland thing, again, this is the body is a sensation computer, right? Sights, sounds, smells, textures, taste, so it's like I like wearing corduroy. Because I like soft things, so I wear corduroy, and I wear like velour, because it's fuzzy. Feels good on the fingertips, right? And I like colors. I love colors. So, like, one of my favorite things about the internet was all these colors, man. You see all these vibrant colors. And I love food, Oh my gosh. Earth, the blue-green jewel. Visit the blue-green jewel. Food. Oh my God, I love food. Food is so freaking awesome. Oh, I'm gonna go get some food. You know what I'm saying? So, it's just this constant bombardment, this constant. This is the sensation computer, your little your roller coaster car that you strap yourself into to enjoy the roller coaster ride, which is Earth, and so and that's the thing. Like I said, there's something to enjoy. So if everything is bad, please just take a breath and come into this moment and look around you. This is why I keep saying you have to, this is what Ferris Bueller said, he's like, you have to stop. You have to stop. You can't be running. What do I got to do? The next 10 things I got to do. You have to be in this moment. You have to stop and look around you, because you might be missing out on something good, right? And that's what I'm telling you, is that there is something good. And it's real close to right around you. So don't be 10 steps in the future. Or if everything is bad, if all you see is negative, 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 then ask yourself, am I 10 steps in the future? Is that why I'm seeing all this negative, negative, negative? And come into this moment and look around you. You stop and look around you, as Ferris Bueller said. Okay, the anonymous caller. Hold on. What's up, caller?
I absolutely believe what you're talking about, looking at the present and not looking towards the ills and the shittiness of the world. But I mean, right now I can see someone really hot and I just want to see their tits.
Craig, you got my tits ready? All right, so he wants to see my tits again. Okay, so I am, if nobody else wants to see my tits or whatever, I guess we're done. I mean, I'm really glad that you're all here. And the censored picture that Craig keeps showing, that is a picture of me from the front page of the Seattle Times. So, if you're wondering what that is. That's a picture of me on the front page of the Seattle Times, naked, just like this. Here I am, world. Do with me what you will. And so everybody's clear. All right. So it's so nice when you guys tune in, and I'm so glad that you're here. It really makes me feel like we're doing the right thing. We're heading the right direction. I'm going to have some more clips for you tomorrow. We'll work on it a little bit different. But for now, since I worked last night and had trouble sleeping today, and I just want to... There we go. There's a caller. I knew someone would call. Hello, caller.
Michael.
Yes,
Michael, can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me, Michael?
Yes, who is this?
Oh, my God, Michael.
Yes.
We're coming to you live. This is Steve McClanahan coming to you live in front of the White House.
Steve, it's good to hear from you.
Can you hear us?
We can hear you, Steve.
Oh,
go ahead.
Oh, my God. I just want to tell you how much of a great day I actually have been having.
Right
on.
on.
I'll tell you what, there's a lot of people out here that are really angry. They've taken over the Fox News ban. They have thrown a concoction of fecal matter and urine, piss, shit, poop, and maybe jizz in one thing that they like to call a typical milkshake defecation matter, fecal matter, exposure in your face. They want to expose you by defecating with this concoction right into your face. They have taken over the Fox News van.
Well, just let them have that van. We don't want that van anymore if they've been shitting all over it.
We let them have the van. We let them have the van.
Just let them have
Michael.
it. Stephen, all that matters is that you're safe, Stephen.
Now they know that we are here live. They know that the Fox News media is out here. They have actually uncovered our 31 people that know about this shit right now. They have uncovered and figured out that we are actually out here, and they are following us. And we are walking down the sidewalk right now. We are walking away from the White House currently, and they are angry back there. They have their mask on, and they are ready to continue throwing their concoction all over us. I am soaking wet with fecal matter, and I have to go home right now.
Steve, you go home and you get a shower right now.
Well, you know what, Michael? This is how dedicated I am.
I know you are. I can hear it in your voice, Steve.
Well, Michael, we're coming to you live out here outside the White House. Down the street now, we have been lathered up with their fecal matter milkshake concoction. They are feeling so great right now. Plus the word impeachment they probably have never had a brighter day in their life. They are still following us. They are angry. But you know what?
Well, Steve, you get away from those people. You go home and you get a shower.
I'm trying.
You get away from them.
I actually just, there's a couple of my buddies, they want me to come down to the local pub, have a couple of brewskis.
We better go get a shower first.
They are going to be super fucking angry if these people continue to follow me everywhere with their angry fucking attitude. I don't know what I'm going to be able to do tonight. I am just trying to come to you live from Mock News Radio, and these people have uncovered they have figured out who we are. And Michael, I'm scared. You told me to come down here.
I told you to stay safe.
Get the scoop.
I told you to stay safe. You heard me.
Scoop.
The last thing I said to you is stay safe.
Real scoop of shit, Michael.
Stay safe,
real
Steven.
Scoop of shit.
That's what I care about.
A goddamn milkshake concoction, and I tell you what, they're lucky that my buddy from the fucking military wasn't there to kick his fucking ass. But you know what? We smell like shit. We're dedicated, and Michael.
Yes, Steve.
Can you still hear me? Are you there?
Yeah, but I gotta go, Steve.
I'm cutting out, Michael.
All right, well, you go get home. You go get safe and get a shower.
Michael.
Yes.
They might just kick down my door, just like the police, and just like shoot me in the face because I wore the wrong hat in America.
Well,
tonight.
That's just not okay, Stephen. So you go get
Isn't
safe.
It not okay?
No,
I'm
you go
scared.
get safe. You go get
I'm
safe.
Scared,
go get Steve. Hey, Steve, you
Michael,
go get safe. Prioritize. Get off the phone and go get safe. Okay? We'll talk again soon. We'll talk again soon.
Okay. All
right.
Thank you, Michael.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. I got another clip for you. I'm gonna play this clip. Hold on one sec.
In HealthWorks today, a troubling study says chemicals used to color or straighten hair might be linked to breast cancer. The link was particularly evident in African American women. Their use of permanent dye was associated with a 45% higher breast cancer risk, while white women faced a 7% higher risk. Straightener was also associated with 18% higher breast cancer risk. Experts point out this type of connection is troubling, but doesn't mean those products actually cause cancer. Vision problems among children are on the rise, and experts say screen time is partially to blame.
Yeah, the number of kids who are nearsighted has more than doubled since the 1970s. For eye doctors, it's an alarming mystery, but they do have some ideas. Obsessive screen time could be a culprit, also a lack of outdoor time. Sunlight is known to stabilize vision, whatever the cause. Experts are concerned.
Once it starts, it's really tough to say it's going to reverse. It usually doesn't.
There are treatments. Some doctors are using eye drops, originally used as a nervous system blocker that slows down the development of nearsightedness. Others swear by blue light glasses that block the light from screens that may harm eyesight.
All right, I'm back. Okay, so I find it interesting that, again, being top of the food chain and having the ability to recognize when things are having tremendously negative effects, like endless screen time, let's say, that people aren't kind of able to wean their ways off of it. I've been seeing this thing with the hair dye and the cancer for at least 10 years. And for whatever reason, they'll just, I know that they're going to be playing this same study. Oh, a study finds that hair dye is linked to cancer, and nothing's ever going to change. So it's weird. It's a strange, strange world we live in. But again, it's pretty simple. It's just the civilization is gone a little on the cray side. We're all mad here. So if anyone else would like to call, I don't want Steve calling back and putting himself into jeopardy. I don't want anyone putting themselves into jeopardy. Okay? We're not doing the who can take the most dangerous selfie contest here. Okay? Again, I hope that you guys can see that I'm very much enjoying doing this with you, and I always have enjoyed doing this with you guys from the very beginning when we've done these live call-in shows. And again, we're coming up on the golden number of 100 live call-in shows. But from the very beginning when we've done these live call-in shows, it's always been you guys, connecting with you guys, hearing you guys, hearing you. I don't know, just the way that we communicate. It's like when Dwayne calls, it's me and Dwayne. We don't see eye to eye and stuff, but we connect, and I know that, we haven't ever. Yeah, we don't need the Mexican flag up. But we've been communicating, and I like that. So, and I hope that you can hear that I like that. It's like I'm not. I'm not. I'm glad Steve from the Mox News radio van is calling in. Hopefully, we'll be able to get the live video signal working here pretty soon with Steve. That's how glad I am, because I'd love to have Steve on the live, Mox video feed. I think that would be fucking sick. So that will be the next step. Right now we got the video clips down. We got the ability to do the Firefox. Let me see what's on the Firefox here. We got the ability to do the different web pages now, so hopefully what we'll do is we'll line up with Chris in the future, because I know Chris likes to read from different web pages. So hopefully in the future Chris will send us links to the pages that he wants to read from, and then we will do whatever it is that we do, right? Because it's fun, I think if Chris was, if I was to pull up the page that Chris was reading from, then you could see what it is that he's saying a little more clearly, and it makes it easier to follow along than just someone's voice that you're trying to hear and follow along. A little bit of added visual stimuli. So we'll be doing more and more of this. Like I'm saying, we're getting the roll, right? We're getting the flow. We're making it happen, baby. Almost 100 episodes in. Almost. We're this close. It may happen next week, depending on the Christmas schedule. So you guys will have to let me know what you want to do about the Christmas schedule. I may or may not do a show on Christmas. But even more so, what I really want to know is, what about New Year's Eve? You want to do a live show on New Year's Eve? Or do you guys got things to do? Because I figure you probably have stuff to do. Okay, I did. Check my PayPal again. I did. I checked it. Thanks, Snooch. I said thank you. It's very nice of you. Snooch kicked down some pizza money. So thank you, Snooch. Snooch is the greatest. Snooch is the only one this week to kick down pizza money. No, I'm sorry. I am incorrect about that. Michelle kicked down yesterday also. And I believe, Michelle kicked down yesterday and Snooch kicked down today. And it is very, very nice of you. Mox News survives solely on contributions from good people like you. And I appreciate it so much. It is the only reason that Mox News is still here, is because good people like you have stepped forward again and again and again and said, thanks so much for what you do. Never let them make you stop doing what it is you do, because I love what you do, and it would be a sad day if Mox News was no longer around. So, so far they haven't deleted our avatar, and I don't see any missing videos just yet. Chris was talking about, he said like 5 million videos, CNN deleted, and 3 million YouTube pages. Wow. And CNN, that's what they're doing now. They're getting YouTube pages deleted. That's the most important fucking thing CNN has to do in the motherfucking world, is get YouTube pages deleted. Is that right, CNN? Fucking scumbags. So, thanks to Chris for that story, because I found that quite informative, actually. And I hope that you find the show informative. This is why I'm adding the news clips and this is why we're having the discussion. We're working on this as if it's kind of like a town hall meeting, and we want to get everybody involved. And as it grows and we get more and more and more people involved, the potential to make something big happen grows with that. So please, if you can share, please be sure and like the video. If you can, share the video. Or when we go live, we're doing it live every Monday through Friday at 7 p.m. Pacific. So when we go live, if you can, just, share the video, share the live stream. And because I think the more people we have involved, like the Steve guy from the Mox News Radio, he's great. I'm so glad he's here, and I just know that there's, I don't want to say dozens of Steves out there, because I don't think there's dozens of that guy. Can you hear the grit in that guy's voice? Hello, caller.
Michael.
Steve.
Michael, this is Steve McClanahan coming to you live from Washington, D.C. We're down the street from the White House.
Steve,
we left the van. We left the van, Michael. I'm telling you, we got home to take a shower. I got out of the shower, and there is a bunch of white people with signs that are angry standing in my living room. And, Michael,
yeah,
I am trying to document this the best that I can.
You're doing
my
it.
Live stream is down.
You're
my
doing
live stream is down.
Excellent job. You're doing an excellent job, Steve. You just stay strong.
Michael, I'm scared. I don't know what to do. These people have a bunch of signs with abortion written on them, and radicalism, and orangeism, and shitism, and defecatingism, and there's a bunch of words written with really bad grammar. But I am not a grammar Nazi. I just want to let you know that so I can have less hatred to me. They have figured out, they have uncovered Mox News headquarters here in my apartment tonight. They have figured they are in there, Michael. They are in the hallway of my apartment complex. They have taken over every aspect of the entire building. They are screaming at the network tonight because they think that we are just absolutely Trump supporters.
Well, that's
but
ridiculous.
You know what? I know, Michael. I tried to tell them, but their voices are way too loud. They keep chanting the same chant over and over. Some of them are really catchy. Don't get me wrong. I kind of enjoy it. But, you know, I feel like the message overall is actually really angry. But I'm trying to keep it together for them. We should all just try to keep it together, but everyone else is together, not keeping it together, freaking out. They're in my living room, and I pay rent there.
Well, hey, Stephen,
we're
going to send the Mox News security detail over to your house right now.
Thank you.
We will have this. This
I don't want to call the cops on these people.
Momentarily.
I don't want them to do anything drastic, where they may have a cop like physically assault them, and then they can get on CNN as if like the cop actually assaulted them, but they actually took over my living room after throwing a concoction of fecal matter into my face and celebrating a round with high five and the one word impeachment, and everybody's just having the greatest day ever, honestly. Because, you know, you did say this, Michael. You did say this earlier today. You said this. You were saying, these people are sick of this bullshit. Well, you know what? These people are not sick of this bullshit. They love this bullshit. They keep feeding into this bullshit. They just constantly are angry and love all this bullshit. And they are ready to just say, fuck you, with the most absolute intelligence that Christopher Hitchens right now would be turning in his grave, thinking about, wow, look at the historic events we are witnessing today with the absolute most amazing intelligence of Peter Shit. This Christopher Hitchens would just be like, oh my God, Peter and fucking Nancy and fucking all these goddamn people. Christopher Hitchens. Yeah, he would be out here. He'd be just like clapping his hands. He'd be like, yeah, this is great. This is just absolutely amazing. And this is actually what Christopher Hitchens really sounds like, people. He's like, yes, this is just amazing. Just fucking impeach them all. We're gonna fucking feel good about ourselves before we die and think to ourselves that we are the greatest people in the world. Oh,
Stephen, you better
doing this.
You better let's get
Michael,
that security.
They're still in my fucking apartment, Michael.
I know. You gotta let me get off the phone so we can get that security headed your way.
Call the fucking security. God damn it! I'm tired of this shit, Michael. I want you to put me up in a goddamn hotel at like a fucking
whatever you need, Stephen. You got it.
So I can smoke marijuana in peace, and they're trying to take a fucking $200
We'll send over some of the private Mox farm strains. We'll send over some of the private Mox farm strains just for you, Stephen.
Why do I have to fucking get charged $200 for smoking in my room? I mean, Jesus Christ.
That's a good question.
I mean, I'm smoking under the fan right now in the fucking neighbor's house because he's like, dude, these people are crazy. They're taking over your fucking apartment. They threw a fucking bunch of shit all over you. They licked your doorbell repeatedly. Michael, I'm getting off the line here. I feel relaxed now. I just had some coconut butter or something. I just ate a bunch of marijuana. And I feel great, and thank you for taking my call.
We're glad
and
you're
we're coming to you from fucking Mox News Radio.
Thanks for calling, Stephen. It's good to hear from you. You stay safe.
We're staying safe out here.
Okay, good.
We're doing it for you, Michael. We're out here.
Doing it for everyone, Stephen.
We're doing it for everyone.
All right, good to hear from you. Thanks for calling.
Hey, thanks for stopping by.
That guy is fun. I keep calling him Steven. I apologize. It's Steve. So, okay. And again, I'm glad that he's part of the show. I'm glad that all of you were here and being part of this live event. We're doing it every Monday through Friday at 7 p.m. Pacific. Same Mox time, same Mox channel. Okay, so that means we will be back here tomorrow. I will be more rested tomorrow, and be back to my old self. So you can look forward to that, right? And we'll probably have a whole lot more to talk about. Hold on. Hello, caller.
Hi, Michael. It's Steve.
Hey, Steve.
Yeah, I'm doing security right now. Somebody left the front gate open. Help! Help! No, I mean, like, most legitimately, I ended up coming back from a couple hours of driving and somebody left the front gate open.
Lamb.
Mm-hmm. I know, they completely locked their side of the gate on their business side, but, somebody from that business at 5 o'clock every day comes and locks up. Well, apparently he decided to go ahead and skip it today. I don't know why. Oh, well. Hey, I got keys for it. I'm going to go ahead and lock it up after this phone call, because I'm probably going to go back out driving.
Well,
so how's your
good.
Yeah, what did you think about impeachment?
It's stupid.
Yeah, I know. I didn't hear a single good reason to impeach him. I mean,
they just keep saying this fucking ridiculous bullshit about fucking, about it's our constitutional duty, like they fucking give a shit about the Constitution. It's just beyond, it really is disgusting to me, and again, it's this thing where, you have zero integrity, zero credibility, and now you want us to believe that you somehow you care about the Constitution. You couldn't be more full of shit,
Yeah, I mean, they're not even bringing up if they wanted to, they could turn around and instead of being treasonous bastards themselves, they can, instead of legitimately trying to dethrone somebody for nothing, that's treasonous. Instead of doing that, they can turn around and point at that executive order that Trump signed or wants to sign about you're unable to talk about Jewish people because it's anti-Semitic and all that stuff.
It's not Jewish. It's not Jewish. It's the Israel. You're not allowed to talk about Israel. Talking negatively about Jewish people because they're Jewish is anti-Semitic, and it probably is hate speech. Just like if you were talking about Muslims or any other religion, but talking about Israel and the crimes of Israel and wanting to fucking hold Israel accountable for its crimes through efforts of such like the boycott, sanction, and divest movement is not hate speech. And anyone who labels it hate speech because it's anti-Semitic attaches all the crimes of Israel to all Jewish people. And in my opinion, that is the most anti-Semitic thing anyone could ever do. And that's exactly what Donald Trump has just done, besides shitting all over the Constitution.
That makes sense. because you can't it's almost like somebody trying to blame your cousin for you stealing a candy bar. It makes no sense whatsoever. You can't blame Jewish people for what Israel does.
Yeah, again and again, I've said that it is the most anti-Semitic act of all time, is to attach the heinous crimes against humanity committed by the government of Israel to all Jewish people. That is as anti-Semitic as anything I have ever seen in my lifetime.
Okay. Well, look.
Yeah,
Yeah,
go ahead.
The point that I kind of wanted to make was Trump is supporting another country, and that is like not American.
Right, I agree. He's not saying that you can't boycott American-made products. He's not saying that you can't speak out against the American government. He's saying that he's singling out Israel and saying, oh, they're above everything, and you're including your constitutional rights, and you are no longer allowed to talk about Israel negatively.
See, that's like playing favorites,
It's beyond
that.
That's putting
like
it on a
playing
pedestal that says this is the only country that really matters. That's what it's doing.
Yeah, and tell you the truth. For that one reason, that is an impeachable offense.
This is what I keep saying. If they really want to, that proves Donald Trump to be an enemy, not only to each and every American's freedom of expression, but to the Constitution itself, which is an impeachable issue.
But the economy is doing good.
Well, whatever. I keep hearing people say that. I don't know. My economy is not doing good. I don't get to pay my rent until like the 25th of the month every month. So I hope that the economy is doing good, and that many more Americans are benefiting from the good economy than I am, because I don't see it.
My friend that I do security for, he ended up telling me today, because he owns a business, he ended up telling me, shit, I ain't got no money.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So, yeah, no, at that point, technically he ended up telling me, because he watches business channels and business stuff on the internet and on TV and on the radio. He told me that all the sectors in the economy are doing well. They're all going up, except for one thing, and that's American manufacturing.
Well, that's good. I hope, like I said, I hope it's true. When you talk about a booming economy, you would think that everyone is feeling the benefits of it, and I personally am not. But I really do hope that the common man, is the working class citizens of this country are, because if they are, then eventually it will get to me.
Hey, Michael, do you remember when that caller, I don't know, a few days ago, maybe sometime last week, he ended up calling in and he was talking about the lithium that they ended up finding in Mexico.
Yeah.
It's 250 million tons of lithium.
Well, that's good. That'll last us a couple years.
Yeah. It is actually really good, but do you know what weird thing ended up happening? Like literally, I'm not even joking. Probably the next day or within 2 days.
What's that?
A regime change in Mexico. The president stepped down. Yep.
Okay.
So I'm just like shocked at like the things that is technically happening. China's in there, this week, surveying the area and, actually talking with Mexico, trying to strike up a deal with them, So, I'm thinking China's going to go ahead and get at least a piece of it. But we're going to try to nuzzle our way in there.
It sure seems like that's what we do. So, hey, Stephen, I gotta go. I'm done. I'm done, bud. I worked late last night and I'm ready for a break. So.
No, I can understand you ended up having coffee, and I know how it can throw off a sleep schedule. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. Hey, I hope you feel better. Okay.
I feel fine. I gotta go relax. But thanks a lot for calling. It's always good to hear from you, Steve.
Okay. Hey, you have a good night.
I will, man. Don't you worry. You too.
Okay, I will. Have a good night.
Okay, and that's our buddy Steven from Reno. And Snooch. It's so nice. Snooch donated 3 times during this show. Pizza money, pizza money, pizza money. Snooch, you're killing me over here, man. It's so nice of you. And the anonymous caller is back. Hello, caller.
I just wanted to tell you have a good night. Sweet dreams.
That's nice, right? I think that's very nice of them. I think the anonymous caller is coming around. The last 2 calls were very nice, very complimentary. Again, I worked last night and I am a little bit wore out. And so I am going to go recharge and make sure everything is working the way I want it to work. And I will be a little more lined up and ready for y'all tomorrow. And I hope that we will see you back here tomorrow. We're doing the live call-in show every Monday through Friday at 7 p.m. Pacific. So please be sure and tune in, because it's just meaningless without you. If you're not here, what's the point, So, and if anybody else would like to donate besides Snooch, so nice of you, Snooch. Thank you very, very much. If anyone else would like to contribute to Mox News to keep the live show moving forward, to keep Mox News strong and in place, and see, what I've always said is that I will do this. I will do this as long as I have the support of the community that I serve. And by that I mean, on this one Mox News YouTube page, there's 10,800 videos, okay? And this is what I do. I build these archives of videos that are of value to all humanity, and this is what you help make happen. This free speech platform where we can have fun and we can talk and we can discuss important things that are going on in the world and get all kinds of different viewpoints, and it's moving forward. We're getting a roll to it. We're getting a flow to it. I'm getting ready to start posting news clips again. The guidelines violation strike that we got is halfway expired. It'll expire shortly. So I'm gearing back up to start doing news clips again, and we got the Mox farms going. I planted seeds yesterday into soil, and we have the live show every Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific, same Mox time, same Mox channel. Be sure and tune in. Be sure and tell your friends, and because it's just because I can't wait until we have 100 people here at a time. You know, I look forward to when there's 100 people in here, and you know, we're doing this and we're doing that, and we got live people that we're talking with on the screen. That's what's next. We're working on that, and I'm gonna have to come up with a new background. I was thinking about like feeding time at the alligator farm or something like that. That sounds like fun. But until then, stay cool, because one of these days this war is going to end. It's got to end one of these days. So stay cool until then, okay? And I'll see you tomorrow. Same Mark's time, same Mark's channel. Stay cool till then.
No matter which mouth you feed on a two-headed snake, it still shits the same turd. But lucky for you, you have Mox News. More than 10 years. More than 60,000 videos. Mox News has been filtering the nonsense and illuminating the bullshit from your mainstream media. Turn off your TV and turn on to Mox News. For over a decade, documenting the socio-political events that have etched and carved the pathways that define today's modern mess, Mox News has been providing clarity while faithfully bringing you today's relevant stories 100% commercial-free and subscription-free. And just like Lady Liberty vows to remain free. But at this time, we're asking you for your help, your patronage, and your support to keep the lights on and the videos rolling. For less than 17 cents per day, you can become a basic subscriber, knowing that your donation is truly making a difference that will help continue bringing the news stories that make a difference in your life. Turn on, tune in, and drop a couple dimes today by clicking the link below or visiting moxnews.com and show your support at any level. From a single one-time donation or dedicated monthly subscriber, do it now in less than 2 minutes. All donations are safe, securely processed, and verified using PayPal, Visa, MasterCard, American Express, or Discover Card. As always, we're sure you'll find something of interest each and every day. This holiday season, give the gift of Mox. moxnews.com.